Hello everybody, today we're going to be going over some anime figure news, so if you want to get the heads up on some new figures, or if you just want to do some window shopping with me, we're going to be taking a look at Wonder Festival 2022. There's a lot to go over today, so we'll be dividing these into sections based on company. Just know that some of them, like Good Smile and Kotobukiya, have delayed their event till next week, so we'll do that in a separate video, but let's get into it. So let's start off with these Sega prize figures. Most of these are usually won by Crane Games, but you can also buy them for around $25 USD. So first off, we have the Hatsune Miku Catch the Wave figure. This is based off Project Diva, the rhythm game. And yeah, it's a very vibrant and colorful figure. The shoes also have some as well. But it looks like her hairbands and her bracelet could also be used as weapons, so I would be a little careful. I'm not too much of a fan of these straight cut bangs, but overall, a very cute figure. We have a summer outfit for John from Fate Grand Order. Not much to say here, looking very nice. We have Rin and Nadeshiko from Yuru Camp. Though I do prefer their other outfits, I think the solid single colored jacket is a little more boring. It looks like we're already getting Spy Family figures, even though the anime hasn't come out. And while these look pretty decent, I would definitely wait before getting these, because I'm sure once the anime comes out, we're gonna get a lot more figures, given how popular the manga is. Also, they don't have Anya, so I would definitely feel weird not having all three characters. This is a pretty decent figure of Lena from 86. Her outfit has a lot of little accessories and details, so definitely a good value. Then we have a bunch of quintessential quintuplet figures, each rocking a generic, stereotypical job outfit. But I'm glad I haven't watched the show or read the manga, otherwise I would be so tempted to get all 5 girls every time they release a set of figures. We got some ReZero figures with the girls wearing a cat-inspired Puck outfit. And out of the 3 girls, I think Amelia looks the best. Obviously, her white hair matches the outfit, and she has the strongest connection to Puck. No idea who this is, but those Cheetos don't look very appetizing. We got some more Evangelion figures of the white plug suits, but even if you're on a budget, I think there are a lot of better options out there. Here's a bunch of Love Live figures, and based off their appearance only, I don't really like any of them. We have another Asuna figure. I think the face looks a little off, so I wouldn't get it. It just kind of looks a little too cheeky. Of course, we have one of the best scenes in Demon Slayer, when Nezuko shrinks and runs away. I definitely want a tiny Nezuko at some point, but I don't think this is the one for me. I think if you're interested in these figures, I think the better option is to go for the Mega House figures of them sitting down. I think those ones have a little more personality to it. These figures are definitely for the fans of the character, otherwise they're kind of boring. And then we got a bunch of Tokyo Revenger characters kind of as cats. I don't know if I really like these. I wish they included one with a side view, otherwise it just looks like a giant head with a pair of balls. Alright, SpiriTail's got some pretty colorful figures to show off. We got this birthday Hatsune Miku 1/7 scale. I think a lot of people have been waiting for this one. I think it's very adorable. Just look how cute the little bunnies are. It's very vibrant and saturated, but if I remember correctly, the original colors on the illustration were a lot more pastel. Man, SpiriTail just knows how to make some colorful, fun figures. I really like the checkerboard base there, and it's like slowly peeling up. Though I do think it's kind of funny, it just looks like she's falling on her butt. I think this Himiko figure was shown off before, but it's unfortunate that it's not colored yet. Definitely a neat figure given her backstory and character. You can see like one of the teddy bears just has a knife in it. I think if you're a fan of Bunny Girl Senpai, this is definitely the figure to keep an eye out for. This figure definitely gives off a high class vibe, and I'll probably consider pre-ordering this one. We have an Overlord figure of Albedo. I think feathers on a figure just look super cool. I don't own any Overlord merch yet, so I'm considering this one as well. Next, we got Kurumi from Data Live Alive, and according to this, her ridiculous outfit is a swimsuit, which I don't know how you go swimming with that dress. I feel like it would just weigh you down. We got this crazy Blackrock shooter with her just slamming down this Batmobile. Like, just look at the size difference. It's like she's freaking Dio with a freaking road roller. Definitely curious to see how expensive this one is. SpiriTail has one more Miku figure, and it's her 39th day commemoration of something. Let me know if you know what that is. I think this figure is going to be either really good or bad, depending on how the fur turns out, and if they decide to do all these little flowers on the figure. But just based off the illustration, I definitely lean towards the birthday Miku a little more. Finally, we have a Tales of Arise figure of Shion. which is surprising that she's getting an alternate outfit. It looks like in collaboration with Suave. I believe that's an artist. I think this one's gonna depend on how the hair turns out, but I definitely want a Tales of Arise figure at some point. Figurama usually makes a bunch of resin statues, so they can get very expensive, usually in the $1,000 range, and they're often very limited, so at the moment, definitely not for me, but they're super cool to look at. And the first one they have to show off is this Escanor versus Estarossa from 7 Deadly Sins. Escanor is a very fun character, so this is super awesome to see, and it looks a lot better than the anime. Oh my god, this one's amazing. I would die and become a spirit detective to have this. Whew. This one as well. Alucard is a very sexy man slash vampire, and you can tell this is from Symphony of the Night because Richter has long, luscious hair. We have Revi from Black Lagoon, super badass. I own all the volumes of Black Lagoon, so this is definitely awesome to see. The base is also super sick. It's like a table being destroyed, but it also has a pair of handguns. I assume these next statues are called Fusion because they fit together. First one is the Shaman King Hao. I guess they're kind of teasing us on this one because we only get a side view. Then we have Yo and Amida Haru, looking very cool. I really like these scratches on his shoulder guards. It looks like they're also making a statue for Persona 5 and Vinland Saga, and in an ideal world, I would own all of these. Whoa, these are super sick! They're making like these diorama cubes called like Dio cubes. Is that a JoJo reference? Either way, this was one of the most iconic moments in video games. For those of you who don't know, on the original PlayStation, you had to unplug the controller from slot 1 and plug it into slot 2, so Psycho Mantis couldn't read your mind. It was freaking mind-blowing stuff as a kid. Oh my god, they're even making one for Silent Hill 2. You have freaking Pyramid Head chasing you down, and like James is just hiding in a closet. Ah, it's so cute and terrifying. Alright, this takes the cake. If these are remotely affordable, I am buying all 3 of these. But this was when Dracula says his iconic line, "What is a man? A miserable little pile of secrets. But enough talk. Have at you." I know it's not anime, but my nostalgia levels are just going off the charts. PeeStream figures are really expensive, but I do think their prototypes look really nice. First up, we got Hatsune Miku power swiping right on a device, probably playing some gacha. I do think this one's a little too busy with all the effects. It looks like they're also making a Princess Dive Reconnect figure of Kokoro. Kinda liking this one so far. We'll see once it gets painted. We got some Jujutsu Kaisen figures. I think Toge's figure could look good if they can hide the support rods, but I think Nanami looks the best out of the 3. I always love it when characters do that little pull on their necktie. Sakuna just kinda looks like he won the lottery or something. Actually, it looks like they're doing a bunch of characters, but for some reason they skipped over Nobara. We got some Ume Musume figures that look kinda like trophies, which is very fitting for a horse derby competition show. I think these ones look a lot better than the Mega House ones, but of course, we'll have to see what the price is. They're also making their own Cardcaptor Sakura figure, but personally I would go with the Good Smile ones unless you're trying to collect all the outfits. They also have some FGO figures as well. MASH already has a bunch of figures with her shield, so hopefully they change up the pose or do something more creative. We have an announcement for a Madoka and Homura figure. I do wish they would make more figures of the other girls, but we'll see if this one's better than the Aniplex figures. I think those are still the best ones right now. Is Macros coming back or something? I feel like we just talked about this in the Mega House video. We have a bunch of skimpy girl frontline figures, some Kantai collection, which I don't even want to look at after ordering Iowa. I think this Dive Princess Connector illustration is pretty cool, so I think this one will turn out pretty well. Their final announcement was a My Dress Up Darling figure of Marin in her cosplay outfit. Even though I love Marin, I prefer her normal look, so I'll wait for a figure of that. I had to look this one up, but apparently S-Fire is Sega's premium brand. They're taking a page out of Furyu's book and starting to make more expensive scale figures as well. And you can see from their website, they're trying really hard to set this apart from their prize figures. They're starting off with a bunch of My Hero Academia figures, and from their pictures, you can see that the shading is really nice on their figures, especially Bakugo's explosions. Of course, we'll have to wait and see if the final product looks as good, and if it's worth the higher price point. The first prototype they showed off at this event was the Muzan woman version, which looks pretty tame until you see the other version, which has this monstrosity coming out of her hand. I like that even Muzan has that expression of, "Oh my god, this disgusting thing just came out of my body." This one's either going to be really cool or nasty depending on how they do the flesh and muscles on muscular, or if you really just want a shirtless Deku. Oh my god, more My Hero figures with Deku going Super Saiyan and Eri just being like, chill out bro. Okay, we got All Might. I feel like we don't get many high-end figures of him, but I don't really like this one. We also got another Uraraka figure, but I think the SpiriTail one is still better. And another Himiko figure, which they really went hard with that expression, like oh my god. But I kinda like it because it's more fitting of her yandere personality. And of course, if you forgot that Sega owns Sonic, we have a Sonic and Shadow figure. I'm not gonna lie, I'm kinda digging this one, but it's probably gonna be way too expensive. Also, Shadow doesn't have his gun. But I think this is pretty awesome because we might get more video game characters like Bayonetta in the future, or even Yakuza. That would be really sick. Have Kiryu singing karaoke. I don't know if I'm saying this right, but Mimeyoi has a bunch of Azure Lane figures and one Blue Archive figure. I'm not gonna lie, I kinda want this Racing Queen. She's got that cool umbrella, the jacket, the single glove. The only thing is she's a quarter scale figure, so she's gonna be expensive. But if they include that chicken or whatever, I am 100% getting this. This one doesn't have the chicken, so I'm not gonna even bother. Oh my god! What are you doing to my boy? Get your fat butt off of him! Alright, this is what I want to see. Look at that little Chonky boy. He's even got a little butthole. Okay, this outfit is a little too absurd for me. Cool shotgun though. Alright, we're at QuesQ now, and they have a girl's frontline figure, a big gun figure, a swimsuit figure. Wait, what is happening here? She's like undressing and she's all happy, but it looks like she's about to take a tumble. Like, you're about to faceplant, girl. We have an Atelier Sophie figure, which I think is the same franchise as Atelier Ryza, which has been getting a bunch of figures. We have a slime figure. I think her outfit's a little plain, but I think the wings could be cool. And one more slime figure in a Shrine Maiden outfit. Next up is CharaGumin. CharaGumin? Wow, they have a Revolutionary Girl Utena figure, which is a 90s anime. I don't even know this one, but she definitely has that old, huge eye anime art style. Oh, and a Shantae figure. I've been meaning to play Shantae, but it's neat to see they did another character besides Shantae, and I really like this design. It has a very fun vibe, and it's somewhat reminiscent of Pokemon. And a Supersonico figure. I don't know how good Union Creative is, but I'm a little skeptical because I saw a picture where the final product looked kinda bad compared to the promotional pictures. What a coincidence, we also have a Nendoroid of Doki-chan. He's looking very disappointed, probably from how bad the other figure turned out. I assume this is an original character with thighs that could kill, a Wedding Rem figure, and an Overlord figure of Ara. This one's kind of fun. She's got that little beach volleyball of Shaltair, a re-release of their Albedo figure, and an Azure Lane character in a swimsuit. We have some figures from I Don't Want to Get Hurt, so I'll max out my defense. That is an isekai title if I've ever heard one. This one looks pretty cute. It is Wandering Witch, The Journey of Elena. Big lady, smaller but bigger lady, and not big enough lady. I am gonna have to censor that. We have a figure of the Guitar Mei backless dress version. Looks like more of a left sideless dress version. A Summer Catgirl figure, and a Devil Lady. We have Fabric's Worst Enemy, and two more Azure Lane figures. The Azure Lane figures just never end. We have two more bunnies, and surprise, surprise, a third Azure Bunny. Okay, we have Seoul International, which I've never heard of. Don't know who this is, but it's a very adorable figure. I really like the base with the flooring. The signpost is pretty cute, and look at that little cat. He's all smushed in there. You know how cats are. We have a Taru figure from Kobayashi. That's a nice surprise, but I can't say I'm a fan of this figure. Oh no, I love Kana, but I don't really like this one either. I kinda just want them in their regular outfits. Ooh, this Idolmaster figure is pretty nice, looking very luxurious. Curious to see how this one will look once it's painted. Then we have Chizuru from Rent-A-Girlfriend. Can't say I like this one either, honestly. I think I'd just rather have the Bandai Spirits Chizuru. Oh my god. It looks like we have a somewhat lewd figure of Roxy from Mushoku Tensei, probably after some shenanigans with water magic. Oh my god, we have some absurd Phantasy Star Online figures. Somebody got way too crazy with the character creator. We have another Girls Frontline character. I think her face matches mine right now. An Azure Lane unicorn. Oh, that's kind of cute. Okay, I can get behind this one. This is a blue archive figure of a character called Yuka. She's sporting a business blazer jacket combo. Kind of a cool belt there, and yeah, the guns are pretty nice. They got little highlights on them. I do like figures of Rem where they include her mace. We got Belfast with her big teapot. Okay, I think this Asuna figure has a lot of potential. I really like the expression and how dynamic everything is, and I think this is one to keep an eye on. Oh, this is the Namaya figure from Grand Blue Fantasy. I've actually been wanting to see this one for a while. The original illustration is really awesome. It looks like they didn't go with like an effect part for the water, which is a shame. But at least they got the shaved ice and the dolphin in there. We got a Toho project figure of Sakuya. Kinda hard to tell with this one. I think we'll have to see it in a later stage. Another Toho project figure. This one will look very pretty if they can deliver on this umbrella and lighting. Oh, and this Nightmare Railgun figure. It's very cute on the top half, but then when you take a look at the legs, like, oh my god, those knees and oh, these are so adorable. If these aren't too expensive, I'll definitely be getting these. At the very least, Miku and Luca. I might be the only one excited for this. We have some Sekiro figures. I am a massive fan of From Software games. If you don't know, they made Dark Souls. And speaking of the devil, we have some Dark Soul figures. It looks like you have a little bonfire and a crystal lizard there. We also got the Nameless King. And, oh, Assassin's Creed. These ones got me pretty curious. These are Black Sad figures, which according to Wikipedia, Black Sad is a noir comic created by Spanish authors created for the French market. And apparently it's won a bunch of prizes, so I might have to look into that. And finally, we have our last figure. This is made by Arcadia, and wouldn't you know it, it's a Macross figure. That's such a weird coincidence because the last figure we saw in the Mega House event was a Macross figure as well. I swear, if one Hobby 35 ends with a Macross figure, I'm gonna lose my mind. But this one is from the 1980s Macross film, so it'll be kind of fun to see how this one turns out. I might have missed a few figures, or skipped a few I didn't want to talk about, but there you have it, that is Wonder Festival 2022. But if you enjoyed this and you want to see more, you can check out the Mega House event that I also covered. Or you can subscribe and we'll be covering the One Hobby 35 event that will be happening in a few days. But thank you if you made it this far, and I hope to see you next time. Bye bye.